Hey everyone, Lance here. You join me back in the Z. I'm just letting the car warm up and we're off out today to just take it for a spin, maybe park up at a location, take a few shots in its current state now that it's clean, it's got its new tyres, front badges on and stuff like that. Yeah, and we'll just talk about the car, what the potential plans for it next are, and go from there. So yeah, you'll join me shortly on some decent roads. So you join me just driving through Weaverham at the moment. The weather is absolutely beautiful, and it would have been rude not to come outside with the weather the way it is. I think this is going to be the last day of summer in the UK, which potentially might put a bit of a stop on some of the larger modifications or work that I want to do on this myself. We'll see though. There's always the potential I can just get some of this stuff done at a garage, and some of it I will be getting done at a garage purely because I just don't have access at the moment on my driveway. So immediately driving with the new tyres and some balanced wheels on it, there's a massive difference. The car turns a lot quicker, and at low speeds, I mean, originally I thought there was an issue with the power steering pump or something wrong with the power steering in general, but that doesn't seem to be the case now that it's got a fresh set of tyres on it. The grinding noise that existed at low speeds when turning left or right seems to have disappeared. We think that may have come from the balancing of the wheels prior to getting the new tyres on. I think somebody just slapped some tyres on there, did the paint job, didn't rebalance them, and then just slapped them on for sale. So going from a set of questionable front tyres and rears that were probably past its sell-by date to 4 brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, it's night and day difference. It's transformed the car, which I am excessively happy with. We'll get on some faster roads shortly and see how it handles at higher speeds. But so far, in and around town, up to 40 miles per hour, yeah, night and day difference. Really happy with that. Worth the £650 price of admission. So what else has been done in the car recently? So we've plugged a lot of gaps on the interior with the official BMW items, which is cool because stuff like that, the small details, really get on my nerves. There's still a few more to do and a few more that I've noticed now that after I've done a bit of a interior wash. So I need to get onto eBay or a scrappers to replace some of them, and if not, eventually BMW if I can't find them anywhere. We got that code with regards to the window regulators from the scan machine. So there was a problem. Auto up didn't work on both the driver and passenger side. I've done the reset procedure and the driver's side now works fine. The passenger, however, still has an auto up issue. So I'm thinking it could be something with that GM5 relay that we were talking about earlier, which controls the windows and the central locking, amongst other things. So, it's pushing me to get that sent off and refurbed. We've also debadged the car, so we've taken its M badges off the front sides and also the rear tailgate. I think it looks a lot cleaner for it, in all honesty. I'm not sure what you guys think. If you think I should replace them, maybe get some aftermarket black ones just to set it apart, you guys let me know. The OEM BMW center caps and M badges have gone onto the wheels, and the wheels look way better for it. The wheels look great, like 10 feet away, but some of the ones on the front, under close scrutiny, kind of fall apart. So they need either refurbing, or I'm potentially thinking of replacing the whole set of wheels. If anybody's got any recommendations, then let me know in the comments. I'm contemplating some CSL style ones, or I've got a few bowler sets that I've got my eye on, which I think will look really cool on this car. If not, I'll be spraying the OEM wheels that I've currently got on, probably a different colour once I get them refurbed. What colour that is, I'm thinking shadow grey. I think shadow grey will look really cool on titanium silver. So we got rid of the muddy wrap off the roof and the front bumper and the scraps left of it on the mirrors, and the car has a complete titanium silver unit looks sweet, I think. I do like the contrasting black roof, so that's something I might revisit again in the future. I'm not sure. Every time I buy a new car, I'm always thinking to myself, did I buy the right colour? Sometimes it's not even an option because the car might be so rare, or the colour might be rare in itself, that, you know, it's not something I can feasibly get hold of in a certain amount of time. I would love an Alpine white BMW Z4, but they are like rocking horse shit. And I would also love an Amarone red interior. It's like a deep red. That would look awesome. But again, they're super rare. And trying to get that in combination with an Alpine white, yeah, you'll be waiting forever. I don't even think those cars exist. So I thought we'd take a moment to look around the car now that it's nice and bright out. It had its wash yesterday and the bits and bobs that we've put on the car. So let's have a quick walk around and just see its current condition. So, front round all nice and installed. Black grills back in. Wrap off the bottom corners of the bumper. So I think it looks a lot neater now from the front. The front bumper probably does need a respray at some point because it's got a few nicks and loads of stone chips. And having removed that wrap, we now see what lays underneath. So the front bumper needs addressing by that. Bonnet's good. The sides look good. The paint has come up really well after a pretty decent wash, and I think it looks a lot, you know, it looks really nice in the sun. So we've got the indicator round all to replace because I think that's a bit tatty. Wheels and tyres now. Wheels have had a clean. Got those centre caps and the M badges. As you can see, twist it around, the M lines up on both. Small details. But the Pilot Sport 4s have changed the car, so it seems to have eradicated some things which I thought were potential issues. Bad wheel balancing, dodgy grip from the tyres. It now controls, it's night and day. Like I say, it's worth the £650 that they cost all round. So doors down the side. The mirrors don't have that crappy wrap on them anymore, if you can see up there. And the roof is now nice and smooth. The adhesive has come off it from the wrap. Moving around to the rear. Again, not much has been done on the rear in all honesty. I found out what's causing the droop in the exhaust. As we know, the hanger is bust. And then we've got the BMW round all. That's been reapplied. I've toyed with the mechanism inside to try and realign it, but it needs to come out fully, I think. It's a bit better than it was earlier. Get away, fly, get away. Bit better than what it was earlier, but still slightly skewed. From here, it looks good though. We've got the stubby aerial. Something I'm contemplating doing actually is an aerial delete. So just taking the assembly out, because I don't listen to the radio at all. So taking the assembly out and just plugging it up. Let me know what you think. Do you think that's a good idea? And if anybody knows the size of the grommet that's needed to actually seal the hole off the top of their heads, get in touch, because I'll pick one up and see how it looks. Down this side, paint has come up really, really nice. Again, got rid of the crap off the mirror there. And these wheels, from this distance, look pretty sweet. The problem with black alloys, I think on some cars they look amazing. On others though, and in certain lights, it just gets lost. I think maybe doing something with the brake calipers, painting them red or just getting them refurbed, something behind the wheels to make them pop a little bit might work. I'm thinking red. I mean, everybody goes for red. Maybe yellow, I'm not sure. A couple of £100 will probably get those calipers refurbed and painted, so that might be something I do sooner rather than later. And this is probably the worst wheel of the lot. It's got some paint starting to crust off, and in the crevices it's too dirty, so they need refurbing completely. But all in all, the car from this distance looks pretty sweet. I guess the last thing to just touch upon is the headlights need a bit of a buff. The interior. So the glove box is not installed at the moment. The GM5 relay is just plugged in down there out of the way. So I'm probably going to disassemble that and get it sent off for refurb to cure the passenger side window regulator issue. Not the regulator, sorry, but to cure the issue with the auto up. Auto down works on both sides, auto up works on the driver's side, but the window will not auto up on passenger. And then also the central locking works from the button, doesn't work from the key. So everything's pointing now towards that relay. The central locking might be an issue with the sensor on the mirror, I believe, after doing some reading up. So it could be the case I need to cure them both. But we'll start with the GM5 relays, and we'll go from there and see whether or not that fixes anything. The rest of the interior though, apart from the spectacles holder, which does need a spring, but the rest of the interior is looking pretty sweet for all intents and purposes. Unsure about those carbon wraps on the handles. What do people think? Should I keep them? They've been done pretty well. They're very easy to take off. Maybe I should do that, I'm unsure. Is there any modifications you do to the interior? Because I just like them standard, nice and clean. What do people think? Again, let us know, comments below. So yeah, that's where she stands after the first week. New tyres, loads of interior bits and bobs replaced, trim realigned in the boot, stubby aerial, good clean. Okay, let's get back on the road. So what do I plan on doing with this car long term? So I want to keep this car for a while. After only having it for a week, it's a bit hard to say. I've got a lot of work to do in it that I do want to get done and then enjoy it for a while after that. I typically rotate my cars every year. So my last Z4M coupe went in favour of an F-Type V6S, which I had for a year. I got rid of that for an F-Type VAR convertible, all-wheel drive. Had that for a year. Now I've got the Supra and I'm contemplating having that for a couple of years. And now I've got this to tickle my modification and, you know, tinkering itch. Saying all that, the prices of these are relatively strong. They're stable at the moment and they provide kind of a guilt-free experience. So I could probably keep this for a couple of years, modify it, drive it around and then sell it for a small gain. Going online on We Buy Any Car, I used their online valuation feature and being very conservative with the condition of this vehicle, they'd already give me more than I paid for it. So if I wanted to do a quick flip, I could send it through We Buy Any Car and have more out of it than what I put in. I don't want to do that though. I want to keep it for a bit. I want to enjoy it. I want to do the work on it and see how it goes. I have a feeling this could be a long-term car, something I always have on the side against, or I always have alongside a newer sports car like the Supra. But yeah, there's plenty of more to come on the Z4. I will promise to do some Supra videos in the future soon. The next thing for this, I think, is to sort the exhaust hanger out, the GM5 relay unit, and some bits and bobs around the car before we get any chunky work done like suspension, exhaust, so on and so forth. So hopefully you stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, then perhaps give it a like. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel to see more of the Z4 and the Toyota Supra in future. Thanks in advance for any support, and if you've got any advice, feedback, then please leave it in the comments below. I really value your opinion. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.